You're listening to WICR, where we dance the night away.
Thank you, Demergis. Nah, we got to keep that. Keep Demergis always. Always keep Demergis in. Shout out to him. All right, so we're going to switch over into sports, and I just want to take this time to say that my hockey team is the greatest hockey team this year, so, we're doing well. Number one, Tampa Bay, number one in the league.
Let me see. All right.
I'm going to keep my personal.
How they looking right now? Stanley Cup-wise, you looking like the favorites?
Yeah.
Looking like the favorites?
Definitely.
Who's stepping up?
You think Stamkos is really stepping up to the plate?
Oh, yeah. Stamkos with Kucherov, because Kucherov was always a beast, but now with Stamkos, like somebody of that caliber who was the number one pick for Tampa a couple years back, with, they had St. Louis, they had Vincent Lecavalier there, so they already had legends with him.
And Brian Boyle.
Shout out to him.
Yeah,
he had leukemia.
No,
but now he's playing again. Yeah, so he didn't play for a couple months.
That's a trooper right there.
Yeah,
it's a soldier.
So yeah, him.
Damn, this is really Drew's season. Drew's really eating. His hockey team is doing well. He's dressing nice.
Music.
He got a great night plan. He got great music coming out. Wow, I'm trying to be like you, man. I'm trying to be like this guy.
So it's Tampa, St. Louis, Toronto. Toronto was the favorite at first.
Mm-hmm.
Winnipeg, New Jersey, Pittsburgh. They're not doing too well. Los Angeles, Vegas. Vegas is doing pretty well.
Vegas, they got a team?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is their first year.
Yeah, that's why I heard about them getting any team.
I just want to say that the Rangers, they're killing me right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they went on a little win streak, but they lost to the Blackhawks the other night.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you hate to see that.
A little bit, bro.
You hate to see that happen.
It hurt me a little bit, bro.
How the Blackhawks doing?
Trash.
Really? Patrick Kane still playing or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's just not playing well?
Jonathan Toews.
Taves.
Is it a case where it's like Kane is doing well but the teammates stepping up, or is it just he's not doing well and everybody else is slacking?
Yeah, well the thing is that they both have like max contracts, so it's like
now you put all your eggs in two baskets. You can't really put it anywhere else. He's a team.
So like they were good for those those couple of years. They won all the championships and stuff like that, but now.
You had your era though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what you really want. If you can have a year or two, you're guaranteed a chip, then you go for that.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Kobe. Like, he took all the money from the league.
Oh, yeah. They somehow
interesting conversation about Kobe.
So
they finessed Pal for a little bit, and they had a squad.
Yeah, that's true.
Since we're on the topic, Drew, what's your thoughts on the whole trap defense? I absolutely can't stand it because I feel like it really drags the game on, and it's super boring. But in terms of a hockey player such as yourself, do you find it, I guess you can say, necessary when you're playing?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely necessary because it's so fast. And so you want to have, like, kind of like a head start on the guy, like, especially Connor McDavid. Like, he's going to fly by you. So if you don't have, like, a set defense, like, he will just, like, skate by you. And these players right now are the fastest that's ever been.
That's like every sport, though, dude. Athleticism is on another level
The
now.
equipment is lighter. The skates are much lighter. The pads and all that. The sticks, like, it feels like air.
Oh,
like,
wow.
So, yeah, you definitely need some sort of defense to stop players like that. So you can't play man-on-man.
Real talk. So me and my friends were having a real good conversation the other day, right? And we were trying to talk. What sports has the best athletes?
Oh wow.
My friends really that I say basketball because like if you look at the way basketball is built, you get people who are not only fast and athletic but they're strong. But then my friend goes soccer. Soccer is the most practical because you're running around all day. You got no body weight.
Yes, but
like I'm talking like clear cut best. Obviously baseball's not in there because you can be fat in baseball.
I don't know, bro. It's good that you brought up soccer because I'm a huge Barcelona fan, and my nephew, he's 6. He plays soccer, and like I look at him, I just look around in general, like a whole perspective. I'm just like, yo, soccer is a tough sport to play.
Yeah,
you need stamina. That's what it is.
Master it, like the way they finesse the ball and they curve it. Like,
yo, it's like the level of finesse in soccer is unreal. I think it's harder than every other sport. Because like basketball and hockey, you need coordination because basketball, you need to move the ball. Hockey, you need to learn how to pretty much walk because you're on skates.
Yeah.
But football is you can't use your hands. And the hands are obviously what you're born with.
Yep.
So and it's like when you first play soccer, your first instinct is grab.
Yep.
But when you play it and you start using your feet and stuff, and it's you got to put into consideration the field is huge. And you're running everywhere. Everywhere. But the reason why I say basketball is because basketball, the level of like, it's like the level of explosions on a daily basis. Like on a daily game, what they do with the ball is kind of ridiculous. And when you watch a basketball game live and you see how fast they run and you see how high they jump and you see how big some of these guys are, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, do I take Embiid and LeBron over anybody else as like the best athletes in the world? Like, come on, you look at them two compared to anybody else. Who else really gives you a case? But then again, those are obviously outliers. Those are obviously exceptions to the rule because not everybody's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LeBron's probably the best athlete in the world, but you can't use LeBron as the example for every NBA athlete.
And they were saying on a different podcast, on Flagrant 2 podcast, they were saying that a basketball player can play soccer. Like, look at Steve Nash. Like LeBron would be able to play soccer, but would a soccer player...
Kobe was a soccer player. Kobe was nice at soccer.
Yeah, because he played in Italy. Grew up in Italy. So.
Yeah, dude. Kobe's an international man. International man. Kobe Bean Bryant.
Kobe
Bean.
So that was the argument that basketball players or football players are the best athletes in the world, like American football.
American football.
Yeah.
Strength-wise, I can see it, depending on the position and everything. But I do think like I put basketball just like what's required of basketball, and it's like just like advancements in medicine and training have resulted in such a level of athleticism and like physicality and like physical, like the physical peak, you know what I'm saying? Like the level of athleticism and physical health nowadays is so unreal.
Yeah.
Like LeBron James apparently puts millions of dollars into his body. And you kind of it's working because he hasn't 31.
31.
He's
he looks
30,
like he's playing like 20,
30,
like
31 and he's been playing since 18 and he's still dropping. He could drop a triple-double game if he wants. If he really wants.
That's crazy. That's a lot. It's the same like
do you not see
Joe Thornton who played like 20 years. He's still playing for the Sharks, like in hockey.
That's why I kind of got to give it a hockey because hockey is like next
Yager.
level.
Yager is like what
44, 45, bro. Like 44, 45. He's still playing hockey.
Bro, Jaromir Yager is the GOAT.
He
in my
is.
opinion. Like when he used to play for the Rangers, dude, he like come out on the side and he just like a spin around and just throw the pucks to the net. He will score every time.
That's fire.
I think there was a year when he passed Joe Bear for the.
Yo,
for
when
the
you're
Rangers
45 and you still throw hands in hockey, you are.
Nah, he's not throwing hands, but like.
But if you could though.
Maybe
Still playing with people like that.
He's a G because there was a chick who tried to like extort him for money. Like she slept with him, took a photo, and he's like, "Oh, give me $1 million." Like, post it. Okay, she was like 20. He was like 44. Like he was like, "I don't care."
Sorry, I get it.
Yeah.
So what up though? What up, Dan?
They gave him props. Like what you think they're gonna say?
This guy flashes.
I was actually I was listening to ESPN the other day, and they brought up a good point, and I want your opinion on it, guys. They were saying how at the moment college football is beating football right now in terms of
Popularity.
entertainment and popularity.
Yeah.
I strongly agree with that. I always love watching college sports.
Yeah, I
don't like watching him because now they're younger than me.
I would say that's true. That's also true.
They're younger than me. I'm like, oh my god.
That's true. I would say because the rules a lot of the times it messes up the game. Like football, in college, like all you need is 1 foot in. And in the NFL, you need 2 feet in and all that stuff. For me, like, and they have the rule like, oh, you have to catch it and you have to have it secure, and then it's a touchdown and all that stuff. To me, it's like if you catch it in the end zone and you fall or you hit the end, like that's a catch, in my opinion. So I think that football has too many rules, and especially this year, there's too many distractions.
Oh yeah,
that's the other thing.
100%.
I agree. They're taking like I feel like what people don't understand is that sports is primarily supposed to be entertainment.
Yeah.
And they're taking the showmanship, the showboating out of it. And I feel like, to me, that's a big part of it.
Actually, football, they're becoming way more lenient, as you guys
know.
Really?
This year, yeah.
Showboating.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. That's what I like
to play hide and seek in the end zone.
I like that. Back in the, you ever see the
name Le'Veon Bell, right, from the Steelers?
Yeah.
Bro, he scored a touchdown, and he, like, had one of his players lay down, like, a bench press. He was bench pressing the football like this.
That's mad funny.
I was like, let's go.
It was playing dice, too.
Oh, my God.
They was playing dice.
It all started with the Key and Peele skit. Yeah. And he's like doing the public thrust. And he's like, one more. He went, come on, you can't get a foul.
That probably influenced a lot of it.
But I like the way sports is going because I feel like right now everybody, if you whatever sport you're in, you're following, you're eating. Cause it's all good right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you can obviously not tell me that back in the 90s and the 80s, it was way more fun to watch because it wasn't as like happy-go-lucky.
Oh.
Everybody was like actually rivals. Whenever you dunked on somebody, there's like that famous dunk up by Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp dunked on somebody and pointed at him on the floor. He was like, oh, and he ran on the other side. Mm-hmm. You do that now, you get a tech. You get a tech if you hang onto the basket for too long.
Yeah, that's annoying.
There was a recent game, I think, the Sixers were playing somebody, and it wasn't the Lakers, I think, but Simmons had 7 dunks in the game. And one dunk, I think, was a dunk on somebody, and he hung on for like 2 seconds too long, and he gave him a tech. He was just like, whatever, dude. Still got the dunk off, though.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Because people don't care.
On,
like, and that shows if they keep this up, like I really don't care if you hang on the rim for that long. Like if
I like it more. I just like being competitive.
If you know what I mean? For 30 seconds, then like my G, you gotta go. But if you're
gonna stay there for the entire next possession of the shot clock,
right?
Like you're hanging on for 24 seconds
like
on
the other side.
I'm like, come on, man. But like obviously, it ain't never gonna be like.
Yeah, just don't let it go too far. And this goes back to the 30 for 30, the Miami documentary. I got pissed off because they was happy, they were celebrating, and you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that, and it was big. I got mad too because somebody ranked it and they put that documentary like 25th. I was like, nah.
Did they make a part 2 to that one?
Yeah, the part 2 was alright, but the first one, that's like top 10. And they put it 25th.
Yo, the 30 for 30s, they had. I think a lot of the best 30 for 30s are the ones that originally came out, like the very first ones that came out are my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best ones was the one about the Sox and the Yankees. When the Sox had that comeback victory, like they were down like 3-1 or 3-0, and they came back.
3-0,
yeah.
That one was awesome.
And they
One about Reggie Miller hitting the shot against the Knicks.
Don't want to talk about that.
I know it hurts.
Reggie Miller.
I know.
They re-energized or resurfaced, or however you want to say it, Bo Jackson too with that documentary, because I had no idea who that was until that documentary came out.
Some of the claims, like, because you know how like whenever you have a documentary, you have people who claim they're like, oh, we saw him do this. There was one claim about Bo Jackson. He was like, yeah, me and Bo Jackson, we were young. We be wandering around, we playing. You know how kids do.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew Bo Jackson was something else when he was just standing in the water and did a full backflip. You are waist high in water and you just do a backflip and land perfectly. He was like, that kid is something else.
That's insane.
That's insane. That's how you know he's next level. And then
imagine that. Like that's just sounds.
Is it him or Deion Sanders that was like the first one to be an all-star in 2 games? Because remember they both played football.
It was him.
I think it was Deion Sanders where he played in both championships in both sports. I think it was World Series and the Super Bowl.
That's sick. That's awesome.
I think that's what.
That's
it was.
next level. You're not gonna see that anymore. I think.
You might.
Maybe.
LeBron wanted to play football.
I can't say never. We thought nobody would ever no one would ever average triple double. Westbrook did.
Can you even do that now in today's sports world, where you can play 2 sports at the same time?
I think it depends on what sports you play.
Yeah, if you play baseball and football are like the only 2, because baseball is like all summer and then like kind of into
and kind of if you think about it, football, it's like it's very like strenuous on the body, but you really only play it once a week.
That's true.
It's only 16 games. But you gotta think about the toll on the body, though.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why now I heard that they took out the 2 practices a day. So now I think the players only get to practice once a day, or I forgot how it works, once a week or twice a week or something like that. But
they cut it down by at least 1 or something like that.
Yeah, now
but if you're a player though, that ain't gonna hold you. If you really want to become great, that ain't gonna hold you back.
I feel like there's been a lot more injuries this year.
Oh yeah,
because of
definitely
that,
a lot of injuries.
Why? Because of the cutting in the practices.
Mm-hmm. Because when you do a lot of practicing, you're pretty much training your body to take
It's like a warm up.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when you it's like you're going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
If you cut back 30 minutes into your workout, I feel like you're not gonna really build the stamina or the strength you need.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I feel like maybe that takes a toll in this year's season.
Yeah, and also Richard Sherman, who got injured, they don't like the Thursday games either.
I heard about that too. Yeah.
They don't like that.
Any specific reason, or just
because one, they don't have enough time to recuperate, and 2, like it's kind of.
I agree though.
Like
football is a very physical sport.
That's
probably
when
the most.
They bring out like all the colorful jerseys and all that stuff. So it's like a game, but it's like they don't take it that serious.
It's only me, but like I've always been fascinated with uniforms.
Yeah,
in sports. I've always been fascinated.
Me too.
Off the top of your head, what's your favorite like uniform ever? Any sport. Top of your head. First one to come to mind. I got mine. I'm gonna go right now. The blue pinstripe Magic from the '90s when it was Shaq and Kobe. The baby blue one. That is fire.
For me, it was the throwback Toronto Raptors jersey.
With Vince Carter?
With the Raptor on it?
Vince Carter era, right?
Yep.
Fire. I like the Huskies one that the Toronto's been rocking. The blue one they used to wear. Those is hot. The Toronto Husky ones.
Yeah, I would say the first thing that came to mind was the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, the classic one? Well, the one with the hockey mask?
Yep. Yeah.
I used to watch the animated show as a kid. The Mighty Ducks show.
Yeah.
That's a really good one, actually. That's a throwback.
All right, we're going to take another quick break, and we're going to be right back.